First up, it's My Prague. Our guide in today's edition, prepared by Ian Willoughby, is Jana Zielinski, one of the most important people in Czech design.
It consists of 4 vases, which you can put together.
Jana Zielinski shows me an intricate vase at the Křehký Gallery, which she co-runs in a one-time factory in Prague's Holešovice district. Zielinski is also co-founder of the city's annual Designblok festival, which has done a huge amount to boost the profile of design in the Czech Republic in the last decade and a half. The spacious Křehký really is a fabulous gallery, and it's the first stop on our tour of Jana Zielinski's Prague.
It's an old industrial place. Actually, originally it was the Prague ham factory, and it was about 5 or 6 years ago revitalized, and so that it's not the factory anymore. And this gallery was Georg Dokopil's atelier first, but he was here just for 1 year, so that's why we have this very long wall here where he could paint his big paintings. And when we saw the place, because Michal Froni from Olgoj Chorchoj showed it to me, and we fell in love with the venue, and so we said yes, and we wanted to open the gallery to experiment with design and art, and so we have really fell in love with this space, and we are here for 3 years.
Who are the designers whose work is on sale here?
We have few main designers who work for us. Maxim Velčovský, Míša Tomišková, Richard Hutton, Jiří Pelcl, Daniel Piršč, Iveta Kroupová. These are probably our most important, and Gabriel Vach. And then there are some designers or artists who just make maybe one project for us.
And is there a kind of unifying vision of the Křehký Gallery?
Yes, we want to make objects or products which change a normal day into a celebration day. And this is our target. We want to make objects which bring you joy and that change your perspective. And so it takes us very often quite a long time to develop a new product. And we have now in the collection about 20 products. And we have started to travel with our exhibitions and with our products last year. And now we already have our products in very prestigious galleries in Europe. So we are quite happy that the collection was very well accepted.
What's the thinking behind the name Křehký, which I guess in English means fragile?
Yes, actually we were thinking about some name which we can learn the word ř, because Czech language is the only language where you can pronounce this. And we thought as well about the stories which we could have in the gallery, and we think that our thinking and conceptual way fits very well to the name Křehký, so that's why.
So basically you wanted to make it harder for foreigners to say it?
Exactly. Usually they say Křehký, but for example French people are very good in pronunciation, I have to say.
What was the attraction of this formerly industrial part of Holešovice?
Our office was nearby here already a few years ago. It was in the old machine factory, and we really love Holešovice. We think it has a great spirit and very great old industrial architecture. And we think it fits very well to what we do. And it's nearby center as well of the town, so it was quite a clear choice.
And have you seen Holešovice develop as a kind of area for design and artists in recent years?
Yes, but this process has started already like 15 years ago, and I thought it would be quicker than it is. But we have docks here just around the corner, and the Concepti factory, and La Fabrica and other very nice venues. But I thought it could be a bit more.
Is there anything that you find this area is lacking? Anything that it should have that it doesn't have?
Yes, definitely. Good cafes and good restaurants. Here is one restaurant which you can go to eat. The rest is not that good. And when we have here like international guests and we want to go close here somewhere to have a really nice lunch, it's quite problematic. So this is what I like here, a higher quality of the gastronomy. It's really lovely, fragile work, combining two glasses.
A few minutes walk away from the Křehký Gallery, Jana Zielinski is checking out a small exhibition by the Design Group at the Docks Centre for Contemporary Art. In just over 5 years, the privately owned Docks has established itself as one of the leading institutions of its kind in the entire region. Zielinski explains how it's also become one of her favourite spots in the Czech capital.
I like the architecture, and as well I have good memories on Docks because Designblok opened this space in 2008, and we have good memories on this year. So I really like this gallery, and I'm proud that we have in Prague as well contemporary gallery, which is privately supported and owned.
It's often struck me as incredible that the men who created Docks put in so much of their own money. I believe they put in something like 50 million crowns each. They're not making a profit, they're losing money on Docks.
Yes, I think you have to really love the contemporary art, and you have to really want to have this. But I think now they are already supported by the state and by the city of Prague, so I think the maintaining of the gallery should be already okay.
And generally speaking, what do you think Docks has brought to Prague that wasn't here previously?
A good gallery of the contemporary art, which exhibited not for sale, not just as the matter of the business, but as a matter of giving an opinion. And Docks is not just gallery, it's a platform of expressing opinions, and I think this is very important, and it's a strong commentary on the public matters, especially the last year. I can feel it very strongly.
Around us here at the shop there are all kinds of design items by some very well-known designers. In what state do you think Czech design is, generally speaking, today?
I have to say that I am very happy. I think the companies really start to work with the designers. The designers don't have to produce anymore only for themselves, for the prototypes, but their stuff is getting to production, and they have the possibilities to travel, they have possibilities to obtain as well work from other companies abroad.
I'm sure you travel quite a lot with your work. How do you think the design scene here compares with in other European countries?
When you compare it to Italy or Great Britain or Sweden, of course the design doesn't play as important role as in those countries where the big part of the industry is based on design. We are not in that state anymore. But when I compare it to other Central and Eastern European countries, I think that the level of the Czech design is really very high. And what is great that there are more and more Czech companies who work with designers. So we had more than 30 Czech exhibitors last year, companies who produce their products with good Czech designers. I think it's a miracle.
But haven't the Czechs always been strong in design? It seems to me that throughout the 20th century they were very strong in that area.
I think even before it started already in the Austrian, Hungarian monarchy, that the Czech state was always the center of the industry and of the applied art, industry, glass, porcelain making, and during the communism the design could not be used. We had to use the applied art. And now I think it's getting to what it was, how important role it played between the world wars. It's still not there because in those times, really, Czech design was one of the most important matters for the state, for example. They have even supported the national style, which they wanted to export to the whole world. And the Czech state is not that much interested in the Czech design because they don't see the big turnovers. So I think it's a pity, but it's growing, and the new brands are even being established and are successful, like Lasvit, or now as well Preciosa is working with the designers. So I think the situation is getting better.
From Docks, Jana Zielinski and I head down to Újezd, which is just across the river from the National Theatre and lies on the edge of the picturesque Malá Strana district. It's the neighbourhood she calls home and is the site of a restaurant where she's a regular diner, the elegant Café Savoy.
It's a very good place for the meetings because they have a very good service here. They know me, so they always find me the table. It is very good food when you want to have a quick lunch or a nice breakfast with some of your colleagues or people you need to meet. As well, our foreign guests, they really appreciate it, and it's a traditional Czech food and very good sweet bakery, so I think it's a perfect combination, and it's in the center, everybody knows it. The atmosphere is very good, and the owner, Tomáš Karpíšek, he's a friend of mine, and he really likes to make everything with the highest quality. And I think it's the best ambition you can have.
Doesn't he also have a kind of chain, the Ambiente chain?
Yes, he's the owner of Ambiente. They are as well our partners at Designblok. They have Local and Chester and other restaurants. And they are all different, but all really the absolutely top quality.
And apart from Café Savoy, what are your favorite cafes or restaurants in Prague?
I really like Sancho, because it always surprises you with some taste you wouldn't expect. And when we celebrate something really big, we go to Kampa Park for the food, which I think is really incredible. And as well, when you sit there and the sun goes down, it's the most beautiful view on the river, I know. It's really lovely. And I like Al Forno in Petrské náměstí, and I like Miyabi, the traditional Japanese restaurant. I go there like for, 15 years. It's the oldest Japanese restaurant in Prague.
Also, you were telling me that you live across the street here, and I guess this area is Újezd, just by Kampa. What kind of place is it to live in?
It's a lovely space. You have Petřín. My daughter goes to kindergarten here, which is right at the Petřín Gardens. You have Kampa. You have good restaurants to eat, good cafes around. You are right in the center. Good schools around, and I have to say I really love it.
What kind of people, generally speaking, live around here in Újezd?
A lot of my friends. Andrea Behonkova, chief editor of Elle, lives here around the corner. Liběna Rochová, fashion designer, lives here. Yasmin Hajduk, they have a film production, they live here. Friends of ours, architects as well, here in the house in the next house. A lot of people from art and business live here.
I guess it's a relatively upmarket area.
Yes, it is. You have to get lucky to buy here apartments.
That was My Prague with Jana Zielinski.